Hello, everyone. This week I am going to show you Flippity. This is a program that maybe you've heard of before. I think it has been presented maybe at one of our tech breakouts in previous years. But it's a program I just recently was reintroduced to and dug into a couple of the features of it and was pretty impressed. So I wanted to share with you guys in case you also would like to try the activities in your classroom. So this is a free website. It is called flippity.net. And you can see this is kind of their logo up here on the right side of the screen. And this is their logo because what Flippity does is it takes a Google spreadsheet or a Google sheet and it turns it into something fun, something almost gamified. So once you get to flippity.net, you can see there are a lot of options of what you can have Flippity do for you. Um, and each one of these will take a spreadsheet and it will turn it into what they say is cool stuff. So I have just picked out 4 of the things that Flippity can do for you that I'm going to demonstrate today. They all kind of work the same way. So once you figure out how to just manage and follow the instructions of Flippity, you can really apply it to any of these options. But I'm going to show you the scavenger hunt, spelling words, bingo, and flashcards. And we will start with the scavenger hunt. So that one is over here. And as you can see on all of them, they all have demo instructions and template. So the first thing you would maybe want to do is go to demo and it's going to load what it would look like for the students. And then you can actually practice it. So this is scavenger hunt. It says click on a lock to get started. So here's one example. I have been given a question and I need to figure out what the answer is to open the lock. Let's say I do not know the answer. I don't know how to find the answer. You also have the option of leaving a hint. It will ask you if you want to use that. And then you can actually insert for your hint a picture, a text hint, or even a video hint. So for this one, it is just a picture hint. And when I answered the correct answer, it unlocks the lock. I can go back to that main page and then I can work on the next problem. Here's one that they chose not to give a hint on. I was able to open that one. Let's try another one. You can put math problems into here and see if the students can give the correct answer. And like I said, what's nice is you can include the hint that could direct your students to a YouTube video or a picture, something that they could do to figure out how to answer the problem. So I went back and I'm going to go to instructions. So if I was interested in trying this one, I would click on the instructions and this is how it's going to tell me to do my spreadsheet. What's also really nice is you can click on the template. It will force you to make a copy. And this is how it works for all of the activities. So you would go to instruction and then you would make a copy and they already have this set up for you. So they have done all of the settings for you, which is really nice. You don't have to worry about any of the formatting. And as long as you follow these directions that they have, it's really simple to use. So the directions tell me to make a copy of the template. I did that. And then change the information in the clue, hint, and answer columns. Hints are optional, and I can place an asterisk in the answer to a column to accept any response that I want. So if I go back to this, the clue column is where you would type your questions, your math problems, however you wanted to use it. The hint column is where you could choose to put in any of the hints that you want to give students, whether that's a picture, a link to a YouTube tutorial, or just a text hint. And then the answer column is where you write your answers in. If I go back to here, it also tells me, I can change the name of my scavenger hunt, what not to edit, and that's all in step 1. So I would just go in here and change to what I want. On the bottom of my spreadsheet, I can see that there are options. If I click there, here are some of the settings that they have put in place. If I wanted to make sure that my answers were case sensitive, they needed to answer in sequential order. I could change the answer here. I could change the start text that they see on the screen. I could change the hint warning. I can change what it tells them when they have answered all the questions. What's also nice is I can choose to put my email address in here. And if I do that, it will send me all of the results that the students have. And I'll show you a little bit more detail about that, but it will give me the results and give me some more information about how they did. Back to my directions, it tells me that when I am ready and I have my clue, hint, and answer ready, I click publish to the web. I would go file, publish to the web, publish. Okay. And now this is the link to my activity. I could copy and paste it from here, or I can close that and I can go to the tab that says get link here. And this is the link that I would copy and paste into Google Classroom, into Seesaw, send in an email. And when you click on it, this is what the students would be seeing. So they would see however many locks you have put in the assignment. They would see that they need to click a lock to get started. I want to take you back to the instructions page because you can also scroll down to frequently asked questions and it gives you all the information you need to know. So, can I have the results emailed to me? It says, it gives you, yes, here's exactly how you do it. Is it possible to use partial answers? Yes, it tells you exactly how to do it. Can I add the multimedia? And it will give you the instructions for really anything you want to do with it. They're really stepped out instructions and really pretty easy to follow. And the spreadsheet is all set up for you. So that was the scavenger hunt assignment that I could see teachers using. This could be a vocabulary activity, a comprehension activity. These could be math problems where you're linking in tutorial videos. And I like that it has the hint option. Okay, we're gonna go down to spelling words. I will do the demo first so you can see what it looks like. So if you made a spelling words Flippity, choose a list. Could either be individual student names or the name of your list. This is a great way for differentiation if you have kids doing different lists. I'll just pick on Elmo. And right now, the Flippity that is assigned is kind of a practice one. So I can click the play button to listen to each of the words. I can practice.
He ate the apple. 8.
Where it's going to say the word in a sentence and I would type the word in. And
8. 9 comes after 8.
I can also do a quiz where it will give me the word and then a sentence and then I would write in for the quiz. I can click the more tab and there are a couple of extra games that would be made with my list. Just a heads up that not all of these games are digital games. So like Snowman is a digital game that your students could come and play. It's like Hangman. But most of these games like Word Scramble and Word Search would have to be printed off. So we've seen the demo of that. Let's go into the instructions. So again, it's going to step you right through it and it really is easy to follow. So the first thing I need to do is open the template for spelling words. It will force you to make a copy. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to be able to edit the student names, edit the words. I'm going to be able to decide if I want the results emailed to me. And just like with the scavenger hunt activity, this is where I can ask some frequently asked questions. So you can see it says that this is really designed to have a separate list for each student so that you know the name. So if they were all doing the same list, I'll show you how you could make that work. Okay. So here's the copy of the template spreadsheet or sheet for spelling words. You would go in here and you would list out all of your students' names, and then you would copy and paste their spelling list in here. If they all have the same list, you could just copy and paste that list over and over to all of the students. If you want the results sent to you, you would then put your email address in the yellow box for each of those lists. Okay, that's pretty easy. Go to options. You can choose what language. You can choose how quickly the computer speaks. And if you want the quiz randomized, and then to get link here. So you're going to have two options for the link on spelling words, which is kind of nice. The first option is going to give you where I just showed you on the demo, the list, the practice, and the quiz. But you also have a quiz only link that I will show you. So again, step 2 is publish to the web. So once you had that, your list in there, you would publish to the web. I'm going to close. And now I'm going to use the quiz only link. This is what the students would see when they click that link, because I would post that on Google Classroom or I would post that in Seesaw. They would come, they would find their name.
Spell. Suddenly.
And then it's just the quiz tab that they're looking at. And then they would type in the word, they would go to the next word, the computer would read it to them, and then you're going to get an email when they're complete to see their results, which is kind of nice for you to see if they did make mistakes, what their mistakes were. So that is spelling. Again, that one was really pretty easy to use. All you would change is the name, put your email address, copy and paste that spelling list from wherever you have it. I want to show you bingo, because who doesn't like bingo? Demo is pretty simple. So you've got your list of terms. This example has states and their capitals listed. And you could print the boards once you have them created, or you can play digitally with this QR code. So once you have it set, you can have your students use their device to scan the code, and then they'll be able to play on their computer. And I will show you that once we have one published. So the next thing to do, this should be familiar, is go to instructions and then to the template. It'll force you to make a copy. And here are some directions. So you will need to edit the terms. You can put in as many as you want, but you have to have at least 25. You can edit the alternate terms. So this example is if you have your boards have English words, but you're going to call out Spanish words, or in the example that's going to come up here, the board is going to have these states, and what you call out is going to be the alternate terms. So that is up to you. If you did this with math problems, you'd have problems and answers. And you could leave the alternate terms column empty if it's going to be the same. So spreadsheet is pretty simple. The terms is what you want to be on your board. The alternate terms is what you want your call list to be if it's going to be different. Let's click on options. You could change the header image if you wanted to. You could change the background color, the indicator color, and the free space, but probably just easiest to leave all of that. Remember, I need to publish to the web. So I push publish. And then I'm going to do get link here. It is going to open in another window. And you would be telling your students, or you would be displaying this, you would either print it, I want to clarify, you would either print it and give it to your students, or now that it's created, you would do play online. So I want to include the free space. I want it to be full of terms, and your students would then use their device. So on my phone, I am just taking a picture of that or scanning that with my camera app. And this is what it looks like. Kind of hard to see, but it's a bingo board with all of the terms, has the free space in the middle. And when you call out what I have, I just tap and it puts a circle there. And then I play. When the game is done, there's a button for clear, and there's also a button for new board, which would like switch up and scramble all of the options that I have. So this gives you the digital option and a really easy way to make a printable bingo board as well. And again, the spreadsheet is already set up, and this one really, it's only 2 columns. It's pretty simple. Okay, there's one more that I want to show you. You're going to notice that again, it follows the same exact, you can look at the demo, follow the directions, and then edit the template. And that's the case for all of these. So if you come to Flippity and you see one of these that I didn't go over and you're really interested in, you should be able to follow the same process and use it really easily. So Flippity flashcards is the last one I want to go through. When you do flashcards, you can see that you have quite a few options. You've got standard flashcards that you can flip. I'm flipping through my flashcards here, and then I'm flipping over to see what's on the back. So you've noticed that a lot of them have text responses. And then that one actually had a video on the back. And I bet if I went far enough, you can put a picture on the back of it as well. You can look at a list if this is just like a study list and it could read it to you. So you're seeing the both sides at once. You could do a practice, which is going to ask you or going to show you the front of the card and you have to put in the back of the card. And it also makes a matching activity for you. This is kind of like a speed thing where you would, once you start, the clock starts, and once you make the match, it disappears. And you're seeing how quickly you could get all of them matched up. You will notice that these cards are a lot of different colors and different text colors. And if you pay attention to that, it's giving you a really big hint on the answer because the largest animal on earth is a green card with blue font, and so is a blue whale. And so that's a little hint. You don't have to include that. On the last nice thing about flashcards is you can click more and it will send these terms that you have entered on your spreadsheet into all these other different kinds of games. So you could explore that as well as printing a quiz. So a lot of features here with flashcards. Let's go to the instructions. And like all of them, you click the template and make a copy. We're going to edit side 1 and side 2. We can do this for as many terms as we want to. We can change the colors. And it says do not edit any cell with a blue background. So when it loads, we will see what we can edit. Just like I showed you earlier, there is a frequently asked questions where if you're wondering if you can do something, they're going to give you the answer. If the answer is yes, they're going to walk you through exactly how to do what you're looking to do. Okay, so here is our sheet for flashcards. Side 1 would be your term or what you're wanting them to look at, your question. Side 2 is the answer. You can see that they have, sometimes they have text, sometimes they have image files, sometimes they have YouTube videos, and you have all of those options. For card color, you can see that they gave colors to a lot of them. You could make them all the same color. Every single one of them could be blue, and then the text color is your other choice. So if you wanted to try and match them up so that some of those games, there are some hints in there, you could do that. Otherwise, you could keep all cards the same color and the same text color. You're going to go to the get link here, just like we have. We need to make sure that we publish it to the web. And now if that students clicked on that link that you have posted for them, this is what they would go to see. They would have the flashcards tab where they could just practice. They would get the list. They would have the practice tab, the matching tab, and then the more tab if you wanted them to go ahead and um, do something else with those terms. Okay, so I showed you 4 of the options in Flippity, and as you can see, there are way more than 4 options. Um, there's pretty simple ones like random name pickers, title board or leaderboards that you can do. There are more advanced ones like game boards and trivia boards that you can have Flippity do for you as well. But they all follow the same process. You can preview it with the demo. The instructions are really straightforward and easy to follow. And then you just edit the template they have already set up for you. So, if this is something that you're interested in, or you see one of these that I didn't go over and you really would like to experiment with it, but you want to experiment with some help, just reach out. If you try to use one of these that I did go over and you're not getting it to work correctly, let me know and we can work on one together. And just some a different way to maybe make some different kinds of activities, some maybe interactive activities for your classroom in a pretty simple way. So it's flippity.net. And if you have any questions at all about it, just reach out. Thank you for watching.